perfect. I'm heating my coffee, so I'm preparing for this video. Wait, let me put my mic. There you go. So as I was mentioning, I'm working on a short film which is about a three-headed giant mutant chihuahua who is defending this punk city against the attack of a giant air fryer. Crazy, right? I've been working on this short film for already 1 month. I have the animatic. Now I'm working on the rigs and at the same time updating the characters. The coffee is ready. Updating the character designs and so updating the character designs while also working on the rigs. So it's like a back and forward. And because I'm creating this project, I have the freedom of just going backwards if I need to go backwards into updating the design and then going back to the rig. So I'm taking the time to revisit this character design of this three-headed chihuahua, and things are going very, very well. I'm impressed. So, yeah, this is the comparison between the before and after. And this is also a consequence of letting myself explore and draw a lot of wait, where's that I have all of those drawings that I did for exploration purposes? Here? Are these dudes? Boop! Yeah, look. So this was all exploration process. So this is like the exploration process that I took all of these drawings that I did looking at other people, other artists' references, and I was like, oh, this is actually how this dog works. Like, this is how the neck is connected with the body. This is all the, I found all the opportunities that I couldn't see before here. And then applying, not, it's not only like blandly just drawing, saying like, oh, this is cute, this is nice. Oh, but no, it's like, oh shoot, this and this works, this and this works, this and this works, and I'm going to apply this and this and this and this into my character design, and that's how everything improved. Amazing. So let's continue into this character of this dude. So I was drawing the front view of this character, and I was like, I only need the front view for one shot, and that one shot is like a custom pose. These dudes are like super like with scary faces, so I don't actually need to rotate this with a front pose. The pose that I'm going to use the most is the three-quarter pose and maybe the side view, but even the side view is not too much like the big deal. So let's design the side view really fast. You have the tail here. Let's design the side view. So the ground perspective. Let me disable everything that I don't need, or just solo here the things that I need. Boop. Awesome. So these legs now, if they are rotating into a side view, they are coming like this. So I'm placing those legs like this. Boop. Boop. I think I drew this box of the ground too big or too wide. I don't care. This is only just as a base. Boop. And then we're building the dude from the ground up. Now I'm joking. We're taking this. We're taking this side view onion skin, and let's do like a quick shift and trace here. This line will. How are you going to move dude in perspective? Okay, you come like this. This is not Alice in Chains. Wait. No one move. Okay. Poop. And then what I'm doing here on this side view is moving, opening this silhouette. Awesome. This should, there you go. So this leg will be connected here. I'm thinking if I can one line this part, it'll look too flat, so I'll keep this separated. Wait. I took notes here what I was going to do. First I needed to open and close mouth. Well, I already started with this side view, so I'm going to continue. Okay, there you go. Now this leg, let me reset the shift and trace and move this dude here. Awesome. You know what? This body should go a little bit low. And I can one line these two lines like this. And this part like this. Awesome. There you go. I remember when I was designing Dogshot, my mentor, Neil, cafecito. When I was designing John, like the male character of the short film, I was not pushing the character enough, and he recommended me an illustrator, like to study or to analyze the work of an illustrator. I don't remember the name. I'm so sad. I don't remember the name of that dude that used to do like caricatures. And he was like, sometimes when we are in the pre-production process, he was telling me like it's good to push the characters into even like type of illustration, super caricature, in which is super exaggerated, and from there going back, and you will find things there that you can just drag back to the final design. And it was really nice because it actually worked. It worked. So it's like similar for an animator when we do like a rough pass. Dude, I love this like design. When we do like a rough pass, and in the rough pass we sometimes find interesting things and we push things, but it's easy to go back during when we are working on the rigs. Same thing when doing the character designs. When you approach the things at the beginning with that super like an illustrator mindset, which you're trying to just exaggerate and push things around, then it's easier when designing or optimizing the design for animation, just to cut some things around and leave a clean design like this. And that's what I did in the exploration process. And all of those drawings that you saw here, I took super complex images or illustrations from other artists, and then I pushed them back to a cartoony flat style. But I didn't have to design the illustrations. It's crazy, right? Group, copy and paste, move back. I think I designed this base to like it's too big or too wide. I don't care. It's look, it's cool because it gives this sense of depth on the character. Awesome. Actually, I'm bringing these things a bit more towards the camera, so it's not that completely flat towards the side. Now, how I'm going to design this dude on the side view? I was planning on designing this frame as a side view for this character. Wait. This dude here. Give me a second. I'm copying and pasting here an image. Black. What do you think? Of course, you can answer. So maybe just to align the heads, something like that. Let's do a quick sketch. Oh, actually. Right, dude, that's why I'm drinking coffee. Actually, I can have both. Instead of designing open and closed mouth in different parts of the screen, I can have the tricorder to be with closed mouth and the side view with open mouth. Genius. Yes, save this, otherwise I'll cry. There you go. Roar. I can straight this line, one line. Yes. Roar. Then this will be something like this. I didn't save this dude with the mouth open. This is like the Dragon Ball frame, which is like Goku, Gohan, and God things like the camera. To create a super nice silhouette here. Maybe one head could be here, the other one could be here, and the other could be here. So this dude should actually be around here. This dude should be here. Hyperextend it. Boom, boom, boom. I can grab this, flip, paste here. This dude is so funny. So crazy in Zyko. And then here we're only seeing one eye because it's the side view. Awesome. In this ear will come something like this. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Something like this. Black, black, black. Then I'm cleaning this frame up so I don't have to worry about anything right now. The thing is, like, I don't want to overlap these lines on top of this dude, so I'm going to put the ears. I can do something like this. Amazing. So I can one line this. There you go. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Awesome. Ah, nice. Roar, roar, roar. And this dude here, can move this dude a little bit up. Bit up. More up. So this will be extreme mouth open. Let's leave it like that. Let's leave it that. I have other things to do. Or maybe. Yep. This is crazy. Then I can just lift this thing a bit. Amazing. These banks overlap there. Let's break these skulls. I hate everything about you. Something like this. Beautiful. Yeah. Let's move all of these heads a little bit down. Yes. So I can also move this dude a bit down. Now, everyone, calm down. So this dude could be like this. It's like this. This is straight. I'm also thinking, considering moving this dude like a little bit like that, so it's not super flat. Let's see. Oof. Look at that. Okay, this will be our main poses for the rig. So here I can try having mouth closed and mouth open too. So for this dude, mouth closed, just be one line like this. So I'm going to draw that line with red. Will be just something like this. And the mouth will end like this. You know? Will end here. Yep. Crazy. Of course, when I will be posing this character, I'll open the legs more, create more asymmetry, maybe push the line of action here, like one leg here while the other one is here. You want to do it right now? No! Okay, you know what? Let's clean these a little bit. No, let's make this a bit smaller. Pop. Now this dude comes a little bit up. Boop. There you go. Okay, let's clean this dude. Time to clean. This will be the rig, because I'll be destroying this rig like crazy. I don't need to twin most of the things here. So another layer, clean. So for the clean, I'm using a pencil, size 20 for the outline. And all the lines in the inside will be 8 points. Whoop. There you go. Cut. Oopsie, no. Cut. You come a little bit towards the inside. There you go. And then I'm gluing all of these shapes with this tool over here. Selecting all of this, and then I'm boop. And then I'm telling the software, hey, don't give me round corners, give me sharp corners. And now those are, see, sharp corners. Awesome. You know what? I can end this line around here. And I can tape this line. There you go. Beautiful. So I'm going to copy this here. Yep. Actually, this goes a little bit up. And this extends around here. Whoop! And this ends a little bit lower around here. Yep. Let me tape this line. Wait. So here, this line will taper towards the bottom. This is really nice to clean and to boom. It's super fast. Okay. Black. I need a shortcut to glue these things. Actually, now that I think, does they have a shortcut already? Assign? No. It'll be convenient to have a shortcut there. Let's continue. I don't have inside lines here. Now that I notice, only the eyes. No, doesn't matter. Then we have this. Boop. And then cutting off these lines. Boop, 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 boop. Maybe I need this line to overlap a bit here. This comes like this, puck, puck, puck. So it's just like this. Takes some time, but it's important, it's needed before starting the rigging process. And then we glue this part. Plop, and then we create pointy corners. And I can one line this with the body here. Nice, interesting. Yeah, I'll not draw through on this one. I will not do a draw through. I'll use the rough steel as a guide on how should I construct this dude. But for now, I just need a clean to look at how the actually a final clean will look like. Yeah, mouth closed here. Now this line of the nose will be with a thinner brush. Then I can soften these lines a bit. Dude, my Spotify changed into super sad music. Okay. Boop. It's too much geometry here. I can simplify this with an S. And then continue this like this. One line. Awesome. These eyes will have a thinner outline. Boop. And then this will be connected with a sharp corner pack. Same here. Boop, boop. De Doritos. There you go. And for these, wait, something like this. I'll take care of that later. I want to create a specific, like I want to create rectangular shapes like this. Back, back, back. With the brush, I just did something like that just to know that I'll put piercings there, right? So there you go. Get out of here. Amazing. Now we're going here. C, so you can have just straight here. And then we're tapering towards the bottom. Poop. Awesome. Then I want to break this line actually. I want to have like there you go. Like crack. I want a crack there. There you go. I have the crack there. And boom. Where else? Over here. No, that is what I was afraid. Yeah, when I'm using geometric shapes, the thicker line is actually thicker. So I have to increase the line thickness of this until I get to see 20. Now it's close to this. Awesome. Am I losing volume now that I did no, it's okay. It's okay. But I'm in 20 here. I don't get that. Okay, I will just continue with this and then I will increase everything together again. And this is the process actually. This is it. This is it. I can tell a story about my stories, but even though this is a cleanup, I need 100% of my brain. God, dude. Cool thing about this is like, okay, I have something to say. Cool thing about this is that I wanted to create YouTube videos, but at the same time, I didn't want the YouTube videos to wait. Let me lower the music. I cannot focus on what I'm saying. Let me put some chill music. Too much rock. Sometimes we need some peace. Awesome. So I was thinking about the ideas of uploading YouTube videos, the thing that I'm doing right now. But there was like a condition, and it's like I will upload YouTube videos, but it should not take me time out of my priority. And which is my priority? Making short films. So how can I create short films without taking the time out of my priority, which is making short films? And I was like, well, then the only way to do that is to actually upload everything that I do. Like if I'm working, then I can upload that. And the thing is, like, I'm not thinking about these videos. I'm coming up with titles and thumbnails of these videos after finishing recording these things. After, and then it's like I'm working, and then I'm finding ways how to package the video that came out of that work period. And yeah, I think is well, my intention is not to teach at all, but I like some nerd stuff from the software and from the actual skills of the animation. So sometimes I just say those. So I sometimes share those things that I like. I remember I was listening to a podcast, Rick Rubin podcast with John Frusciante, the guitarist from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I was listening to this podcast, and John Frusciante was actually sharing a lot of nerdy stuff about the guitar, like super technical stuff about the guitar. And I was like, oh, well, that's nice, because it's something that just happened when you love when you love the art, you love the art form in all of their expressions, not only as the performance. Like, if you're a guitarist, you cannot own you have more to talk about, not only about the performance and how you feel on the scenario on the stage, but also, like, yeah, all the things that you experiment, how you experiment the guitar, how is that you experience the guitar as an instrument. And sometimes I feel this in the same way. It's like how I experience, not the software, I don't like to talk about software too much, but how I experience designing characters, how I experience animating, how I experience rigging. Rigging for me is the most not funny thing, because it actually makes me laugh, because it's just a pain in the ass. It's just a pain in the ass. I don't like it too much, so it's like it's funny, because it brings me a lot of troubles, and sometimes I go mad while reading. So yeah, the same way that John Frusciante was talking on this podcast about the scales, about how he how he write music, and all the technical stuff. I was like, oh, nice, nice. It's actually he sounds exactly the same when I hear people talking about animation in a technical stuff, or even as an experience. Wait, this line here. Okay, this line should become thinner as it goes inside. So yeah, and actually, I'm not trying to teach, because I feel like there's better people out there that are teaching. And if you're writing me, like, if you want to know some more about any specific subject, you can give me a message, and I can tell you, like, all my mentors, or like a specific mentor that could help you in that specific area. And yeah, I love to recommend my mentors. I love to recommend my mentors. So the type of content that I'm building is just a combination between just entertainment and indirect education, because it's just what I like to talk, and super informal. I don't have the technical explanation of almost anything that I do here. It's just how I experience thing. So I will say, like, is entertainment and education in a way of how I experience things. So yeah, and I'm enjoying, and this is something that I was also that I hear from a podcast. I love podcasts. A podcast between Seth MacFarlane and Nick Kroll. Seth MacFarlane is for people who doesn't know who is Seth MacFarlane, is the creator of Family Guy, Ted, and many other cool shows, American Dad. And Nick Kroll, he is also like the creator of Big Mouth with a bunch of other dudes. And they were talking about their experiences of being voice actors. And it was funny because they were joking around about, like, for them it's so easy. They were saying it's so easy for us to do this, that that they start joking how easy it was. Like, how can I say it? It's like they were taking out the merit or the effort that that discipline deserved, just joking around, because it was so easy. But Then they changed the word from easy to natural, and I think that's the correct word to use, because for them, making voices or doing voice acting was super super natural. And then they noticed that, and then they start taking advantage of that, because that is what they were natural good at. And then that stuck on my mind, and I was like, what is the thing that comes out of it natural that I can do on YouTube, so I can actually I can actually create videos without taking me the energy from my main priority, which is making short films. And I was like, well, if I can sometimes talk in the telephone with my friend, cheers to Jorge. If I can sometimes talk to Jorge on the telephone while I'm working, then maybe I can also talk and record that and upload this in YouTube and share my process. And maybe this process can serve to someone as inspiration, or indirectly as a learning resource. And also, while I was working on Dockshot and other clients projects, when I have like a team, I really like to create videos or to give notes or to structure some information, so the team have that information clear and we can aim to the same goal. And I used to record a lot of videos for my team, videos just like talking to a camera while I work, and sharing my processes, and sometimes I just get lost. I just get lost, not only sharing my processes, but the way that I see things, or the way that I experience things. Because each one of us, I think we experience this in a different way. And that's super nice, because sometimes it helps me to hear other people experiences, or how they experience animation. And sometimes I can empathize with that experience, and being able to experience also their experience. so so yeah, that's nice. And also, if I'm making short films, and my goal is to make a bunch of short films, it will be super sad if I just if I just publish the finished short films, and all the process just get lost. Which the process is a big deal in the artistic manifestation of shits. So it's like, okay, let's do something with the process. Let's not wait to share only the final result. So that's what I'm doing. Another cool thing about doing this is that is that I'm able to track my time. The other day I recorded like 7 videos, like on seven videos in one day, and I can count those hours like work periods, because it's videos of me talking while working. So I was like, oh nice, that day I worked 7 hours. So that's nice. I'm progressing. Other days I'm like, I only worked 3 days on this project. Okay, now that those hairs will be with a thinner brush. These ears. So it's going well so far. I'm able to work and record these videos at the same time. So, and I love when I'm actually I love when actually the work that I'm doing actually works, when I came out with good results from what I'm recording. Like, for example, the exploration process, that was crazy. It actually worked, because sometimes I can spend hours and nothing will come out of it. But during the exploration process, dude, almost all the drawings that I did actually worked for the end goal of updating this character. So that's really nice. So it's not through this statement that I used to say, like, maybe if I share everything, maybe I'll not be able to enjoy the process or to get to some results that I'll otherwise will get if I just focus, or if I just experience this creative, or this creative side of the process by my own. No, it also happens if I just record everything and I just talk. That's another advantage. And another thing that I learned is that when I'm working and I'm talking like I'm doing right now, I avoid daydreaming, and I daydream a lot. I'm just working and I just start thinking about fucking the past or the future, and then I just get lost, and one of those thoughts takes me to another direction, and boom, lost, lost. And just talking keeps me focused using the 100% of my brain, and it's tired. That's the thing I have to say. I end up tired. I end up tired, but in a good way. I like to feel tired after working. I'd rather feel like that, like rather than not feeling anything. Rather than feeling that I could do more that day. So that's a nice thing. Poop. Nice. So I'm going to connect this body. We're having this line here, and we are tapering this line. I'm using the contour editor to move the line, to adjust the line as I want, and then the pencil editor to taper these lines. Awesome. And then I'm connecting this line, making this line poop like that. There you go. It's working well. It's working well. We're having there the main shape of the character, the main silhouette of the character. What is this? Get out of here. Okay. Oh, this leg over here. Boop. So yeah, let's see. Let's see how this adventure goes. I'll do my best to keep this long term. And keep making more videos and more videos. Wait. Now I need to go from 20 points in this brush to 8, and now I'm going to start drawing these other parts. Actually, I can use this tool. I can move to 8, 7, something like this. There you go. So yeah, working and talking allows me to keep focus on the work that I do. Avoid daydreaming or get distracted. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, I'm hungry. Then I'm going to eat something and wasted time, the unnecessary time. That's an advantage. A challenge is that I'm talking in English. That's difficult. I'm in Canada right now, so I'm already used to it, but still. And what I'm not talking in, what I'm why is that I'm not making these videos in Spanish instead? Because all my animation friends are talking English. They speak English, so they are my support. And if I talk in Spanish, then fuck, my friends will not be able to understand anything. There you go. Ah, the hair. Something like that will work. For this dude. Something like this will work. Now we're grabbing this eye here, copy and pasting, moving this here, and going around. This takes time, huh? And then we're coming here. You know what? To move faster, I'll clean this with the teeth with the brush. Oof, I love how the brush into boom. So easy to use. So convenient. There you go, we have that. This eye will come here. What time is it? 8:18. I think this is the last video for today. And then I'm coming here back. Actually, this should be 20. And actually, I should increase the thickness of all the lines before putting down these lines. So let's get out of here, you boys, for a minute. Let's get out of here for a minute. Black. Black. Then let's go. Oh, wait, I forget about you. Oop. Now let's go. 20. Black. Awesome. Doesn't look too thick. Well, the cool thing that I'm working on the as I'm working with this pencil tool, I can change the thickness whenever I want. Boop, 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 boop. So yeah. Let me lower the volume a bit. So how the project is going? I have two friends helping me on the layouts, and hopefully I'll have some friends helping me on the animation too. Which I try to simplify the animation for this project so it's not too crazy. And I think I did a good job on simplifying the actions for this animation compared to Duckshot. So yeah, I think it's going to be nice. I'm also working on another short film right now, which is about toothbrushes. And I'm really excited about that idea. I cannot stop thinking about it. It's really nice, and I hope to start working on that soon. The other day, I just storyboarded all of that like crazy. Well, super, super, super sketchy. And oopsie, 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 oopsie. And then this time, something that I didn't share here because this was before I started thinking about recording YouTube videos for this, is the what I was going to say. Oh yeah, so on this project I didn't share how I start this project, like with the super 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 sketchy drawings, even the character designs. I didn't share when I start designing these awful designs that you saw here. I didn't share that. So hopefully on the toothbrush project I will start sharing everything from scratch, everything, even from when I just get the idea. Actually, I get the idea and I immediately record myself, but I haven't uploaded because I don't want to confuse the projects that I'm working on right now with the other future project. So, but it's recorded, so I hope to also share that idea, like how I came up with the idea, the reference, my inspirations, and you'll see that there's no magic behind this thing. There's no magic. There's no magic. There's no magic at all. It's just putting the work, putting the time, and start working on this. 12. This could be like thicker or something like this. Back. There you go. This is the cleanup. Get out of here. I think the line is too thick. But whatever. So here I'm bringing my other rigs so I can put it next to this and compare the line thickness, and just if I need to reduce line thickness of this a bit, I'll do so. Then the character which I'm going to use to compare the line thickness will be the air fryer, because this dude and the air fryer will be fighting like crazy. And if you haven't watched the pneumatic, then it's there on my YouTube channel, the full pneumatic. There you go, beautiful. So I'm going to grab this group, copy, oopsie, I almost didn't group this entirely. Group, and then copy, paste, and move this here. Make this a little small. There you go. Then also copy, paste, and move this group around here. Copy and paste, and move this around here. Maybe, you know what? I'll leave it smaller. Yep. I'll leave it smaller. Boop. There you go. And we have, wait, let me take everything that is not needed here. Character cleanup. Yeah, the F line is too thick. No worries, be happy. It's too thick. Let me bring the air fryer. Let's bring that dude. Let's bring that dude. Air fryer, no view, back. Air fryer. Blah, boom, boom, bitch. There you go. What is this? Black. There you go. Hello. So we have the air fryer here. We have the cleanup of this dude. Let's turn on the. Yep. You know, looks a little bit thicker. No, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. So yeah, I can start maybe tapering some lines, or when I start rigging, I can make all the lines that comes inside of the body to be thinner. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. Even here, when all of these lines starts getting inside of the body, come thinner. And same for these lines here. All of these lines should be thinner here, or a little bit more tapered. So, oop, oopsie, something like that. You see? So let's polish those things a bit more. There you go. At the beginning, I was like, yeah, I want type of Billy Mandy type of rendering for these lines. But then I look at the Kick Butowski way of 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 working with lines on the rigs, and I was like, oh, I like that. I like that too. So I'm working like with that type of line rules. Let's move this leg a little bit down so it's not tangenting there. Let's move this point up a bit. Awesome. There you go. Oh, these lines also have to taper here. Something like this. There you go. This line also tapers more. There you go. These two are going to be connected. Pluck. This line also tapers a bit more. Poop. Nice. There you go. And also this line here is too thick. There you go. This line here also is too thick. Too thick. There you go. Poop. Awesome. Also this line. There you go, something like that. And I am hungry, so I will leave this here. 8. Let me get rid of this line in the middle. Pack. There you go. I think I can reduce. Let's bring the air fryer closer to this dude to analyze the line thickness. No, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll just make sure on the rig, I'll make all the lines that goes inside of the body either tapering or thinner. But yeah, this is the final result of the character design of this three-headed chihuahua. Hope you like the progress, and wait, that's so unpolite of me. See you next time. Bye bye.